So it might seem kind of strange for people who are new to the channel, and they probably wonder, why I talk about Shiba Inu and ADA as much as I do. Two coins that have very different utilities, not even in the same sector. And the reason why is they have very similar fundamentals. The fundamentals are that they continue to gain strength. We continue to see this removal of supply from exchanges, and frankly, both of these are well into ushering their way into a big supply shock. Now, I will say right now the charts are doing something similar, but some things a little different. And when we look at Shiba Inu, we actually made a strength move yesterday that people need to be aware of. I'm Luckside. Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So I've noticed these videos are starting to creep up in length. I'm trying to keep them shorter for you guys. We have so many things to talk about. And when we look at what Shiba Inu is doing right now, it's kind of funny because I've seen a bunch of comments saying, oh yeah, SHIB's not showing strength right now. It's showing weakness. I've seen people talk about, intraday drops like this and say, oh, yep, look, it's dropping. But yet they're missing that SHIB is very, very heavily in an uptrend. And this has been playing out for quite some time, right? This has actually been playing out since basically August 5th. And SHIB has had one of the strongest, most sustainable recoveries out of all these assets. And that's what I think a lot of people miss. So many people, they want SHIB to just make these big extensions, these big 10x moves. But what you need to understand is that when you make a 10x move, it's very easy to come down at the same time. If you run 10x over the course of just a couple of days, you're typically going to have a pretty significant correction because there's not batches of liquidity. You haven't found support levels, and you're going to go on a quest for that at that point. Now, what we've been seeing with Shiba Inu is strength fill in time and time again, down here. And now what we're actually seeing is this flip in pressure, right? From what we saw before August to where people are heavily on the buy when it comes to Shiba Inu. I actually talked about this in terms of ADA earlier today, but Shiba Inu is seeing the same exact thing. In fact, when we look at, for example, this 24-hour trading volume here, you guys can see it's weighted to the buy side. The last 1 hour weighted to the buy side. Now, obviously, these short-term trades are going to flip around. We just saw a big batch of selling here take place, and that's why SHIB is experiencing a little volatility in this candle. It's really not that big of a deal because over the last 24 hours, what Shiba Inu has done is in this formation, this ascending triangle it's creating currently, we actually saw a little bit of an extension. In fact, we now set the highest cycle level we have seen since, well, March, right? And it did it not just once, but twice yesterday. So SHIB right now is actually showing a lot of strength. It's showing the signs that it does, in fact, want to break out. And like I talked about in my ADA video earlier today, we're just sitting on a day where volume is way down. Okay. This is what the weekends bring. They bring lower batches of volume. There's not a ton of excitement. Institutional money isn't playing anything, isn't playing into the charts at all. And I have to say, from a structure standpoint, we're still waiting for this final confirmation down in terms of BTC dominance. For those that aren't familiar, this is our big alt season indicator. We talked about this confirmation back here. And now we've just been waiting for BTC to basically drop through the floor. The same thing that we see from cycle to cycle to cycle, the thing that leads Shiba Inu and many other assets to start running very heavily, for FOMO to kick in, for these runs to get bigger and bigger, right? This is the confirmation, okay? We talked about this dead cat bounce here, but it's going. It's just a matter of what day is it really going to fall through and create that burst of excitement in the market. And it's going to happen a lot sooner than people realize. In fact, if SHIB keeps pushing up on this trend, not to just draw lines or anything like that, right? I've seen people talk about that. But wherever this is, I mean, we're talking about a potential break at some point over the course of this week. For example, with ADA, we talked about potentially Monday, potentially Wednesday. For SHIB right here, we're looking at potentially by Tuesday. This isn't a guarantee. This isn't financial advice. But if you guys haven't noticed, the pressure continues to mount and mount and mount. And eventually, you're able to push through this short little consolidation of resistance that we have here. All right. People need to understand there's not much liquidity here. Basically, between here and 4037, this is our big focal point of resistance that we're fighting. And this is why I identified this 22% move, which has now turned into basically being only less than 15% away from a breakout. That's how close we are, guys. This is a move that can happen in a very short period of time. In fact, what we saw yesterday was almost a little bit of a tease. We saw Pepe actually start to go on a run. We saw meme coins around the space start to perform and do kind of well. And we thought, oh, maybe we're going to get into a meme season. Not quite yet, but we're very, very close to this. And when this does take off, when you start to see this excitement around the space, SHIB is going to make this break and it's going to run. All right. Where it stops is the big question. Maybe we stop for gas along the way, somewhere in between here. But we know the big quest on this next run is not just breaking this cycle high, but it's starting to tackle some of these levels that we haven't seen since the height of the last market cycle. All right. Anybody that thinks that's not possible, or anybody that thinks, oh, that's never coming again, we're not going to do it anytime soon, it's going to happen like that. All these fundamentals finally come together and you start to see them impacting price in a big way. This strength that we're seeing from Shiba Inu right now is in fact strength. This is not a joke. We are, I don't want to say we're about to blow, right? Because we've talked about this before, and the pressure just continues to mount and mount and mount. It's built off of each and every one of these steps that Shiba Inu has tackled through. And this one is going to be no different. And this is the one where we finally get Shiba Inu back into price discovery. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Now, again, if you guys have not checked out BTCC, again, we've made the migration over to here. And actually my SHIB long that I opened up is doing pretty well. Let me see if this, oh yeah, this has got a cool little pop-out thing here. Yep, so my SHIB long, I haven't played with this. That's cool. This is up 21% currently. I do have an XRP long, I have an ADA long, I have a fetch long, which that one right now is not doing great. That's down like 17%. But again, you can trade leverage on this platform. I think you can trade up to 50x on SHIB if I'm not mistaken. For those who haven't traded with leverage before, there is a demo platform, which is pretty easy to use. It's very easy to deposit. Again, these are some of the benefits that you guys get from using this platform. You can earn up to $10,000 in bonuses. You can earn a 10% deposit bonus on your first time deposit over $500. There's no KYC. You can use it in the US, which is always a huge benefit for US people that had questions. And it's been around for 13 years. So it's a really good platform from what I've seen so far. I like it. So appreciate you guys as always. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Are you excited? Do you think this break is about to happen? Oh, shoot. I forgot to talk about something. All right, let's circle back. Sorry. This is why these videos get longer. So we're seeing exactly what we saw last weekend. All right. We saw Shiba Inu doing a very similar thing, kind of slowly but surely climbing to this point of resistance as we were getting into the weekend. And then finally on Sunday's candle, we broke. This is the one that starts at 6 p.m. today. And I'm not saying we're going to do the exact same thing, but watch for this moment here. When overseas money wakes up, if they start buying, if they create this pressure, SHIB may have one of these again. So there we go. Appreciate you guys as always. Have a great day. Show your love below. Let me know your thoughts. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.